You're listening to episode 14 of the Women's Fitness Podcast with Kelly Bakewell PT and Iszi Lawrence. The information in this podcast should not be taken instead of medical advice. We are not doctors, just passionate about fitness, progress and feeling good. You can find out more about us at womensfitnesspodcast.com, but for now, time for some real talk about the mess, stress and silliness that will get you achieving your goals. Boom. So what are we going to talk about this week? Because we missed last week's one.
Yeah, that's because I'm all over the shop.
Yes, because you are an ill lady of illness.
I'm pretty ill, yeah.
Yeah, but Friday, under the knife.
Yeah, I'm getting my gallbladder evicted.
Yeah.
Get out.
Just get out.
No.
Bailiffs in.
But they're going to go in through my belly button.
Yeah.
They're going through my belly button. And then 3 incisions into my abs, which I'm very annoyed at because I need my abs.
You do need your
Like,
abs.
I made these abs.
Yeah. But you'll make them again.
I know, but then they're going in my belly button. And I had my belly button pierced when I was younger, solely because I didn't want anyone touching it. Like, sticking their finger in it, because I have a weird phobia of that.
No, I think everybody does. That's a nasty... It's a very intrusive...
I know, but, like, I don't know why people do it. You know, if you've got, like, a boyfriend at the time, they're like, oh, in the belly button, you're like, get off, I will end you. Like, no.
There's a Jitsuka called Tom, who is big, and he's really lovely and friendly, unless you tickle him, and then he will snap your arm.
Yeah, exactly.
He's injured people because they've tickled him.
Like, I'm fine with... I'm not ticklish, so that doesn't... I think that's something to do with fibromyalgia, actually.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just made that up.
Okay, well,
It
I
could
think it's a good theory.
Because it's a central nervous system disorder, isn't it? So
I suppose. So I'm ticklish, but I can face front to out.
alright, you can, like,
But I can
out.
just be like, I'm not ticklish, and stare at people, and then
They get
after a
bored and
minute,
stop.
yeah, they get bored before I
Right.
I just go, yeah, I'm using you.
Well, you've just told the internet now, so...
Nah, nobody listens to this who's going to tickle me.
People are just going to come and tickle you in the street.
My stepbrother's not going to listen to this. It'll be fine.
That's fine, then.
Yeah, but good.
Yeah, so I'm freaked out about them going in my belly button. I mean, no one has any business putting things in there.
Thing is that they're going to, you're not going to know they've gone in through your belly button. And it's going to be between your abs.
I'll know.
But it's between your abs, which means that it's not going to cut your muscle, which means...
No, but the other ones are cutting my muscle.
Yeah, but it's one less muscle to be cut.
That's true. And then they put something in, and then they scoop it out in a bag.
Yeah.
Which in my head, I've just got visions of them with like a little Aldi carry bag, just like...
It's classy.
Getting my gallbladder out in it.
Izzy would envision, John Lewis, Waitrose, something like that, but no, Aldi.
Well, I'm a big fan of Aldi at the middle.
Okay.
At the middle?
At the
I
middle.
nearly said little.
You nearly said middle. You were thinking little,
I
and then
was.
you said moment, and it became middle.
Middle. I'm a big fan of middle.
Hey. But yeah, so, I mean, you've had operations before, haven't you?
Yeah,
So-
I've had 2 operations before. I also got put under... No, I didn't. I had like... whatever that amazing drug is they give you when they do root canals.
Ooh.
Because one of my friends had to take me, and she didn't drive either though, so I don't know what I bothered with. We got in a taxi on the way back. I don't remember any of this. On my phone, there was a video of me trying to take a picture of myself after the operation. It was about a minute video, just of my face. And then I woke up about 2 hours later on my sofa. My friend had obviously left to go to work. I was covered in Little Mermaid stickers. And I didn't know I'd had anything done to me. I didn't know where I was or why I was covered in Little Mermaid stickers. Like, all over my arms. So I was really confused. And I spoke to her and she said, yeah, you wouldn't leave unless they gave you all the stickers. She went, you were shouting about having them as your new tattoos. I was like, excellent. That makes perfect sense.
Whatever that is, because my mum did the same. She came round, she was having her root canal done in Bristol when I was at uni. And so she came round and slept it off in my student room. And she just wouldn't believe. She was walking around my student flat naked, just going, why don't you have any talcum powder? Why don't you have any... How can you possibly have a shower without talcum? What? How could you... And she, to this day, doesn't believe that happened. But
it's amazing stuff, I don't know.
Fortunately, my flatmates were not in, so didn't see my naked mother.
That would have been like something.
Oh.
And plus, I suppose social media was probably not that intense back then.
No, it wasn't. I think this was pre... No, it was pre-Twitter, I'm pretty sure. It was 2005, 2006, something like that.
Well, I've been warned not to sign any legal document. on Friday.
Yeah.
So
Don't do
and
that.
I'm not going to let my other half get his Cantonese phone out. Because I like, obviously my mental state is pretty random at the best of times. Let alone when I'm off my face.
Well, I mean, last time you came round, you had, you know, your big floaty cardigan on, and now you're all sort of like, you know...
I look like Kim Possible.
You look more like I was going to say the man who delivers milk tray.
I'll take that too then. I don't mind looking like a man.
Well, you know, not that you look like a man, but you're all in black.
I am all in black.
And
but
like
so's Kim Possible, and she is like a little bit cooler.
She's a bit cooler, but I was going with milk tray thing.
Plus I have similar coloured hair, so definitely Kim Possible.
Yeah. So you were saying to me before I switched this on that you're thinking of going vegetarian.
Yes, because of the animals. Like I tried this last year, like we talked about before, and I failed. It lasted about 3 months actually. And I got really ill, which I'm assuming is because of my gallbladder. Like, my liver was just under so much pressure. I got really sick, had to go back onto meat, and then I was fine. So, it's really difficult because I love the animals, but then I also want to look after my own body as well. I do already go organic, so I'm thinking either vegetarian or pescatarian.
Yeah, you see, I kind of love the animals, but I don't love them that much that I don't want to feel ill all the time, which is what...
Yeah.
Because for me, I could probably give up beef, and chicken would be difficult, but lamb's liver is like doctor's prescription. So it's only the baby cute ones. That's the only ones I have to eat.
I mean, that is harsh.
I have that twice a week at the moment. But no, it's... Also, I do sort of think... You know, it's not as though, you know, if you are vegetarian, no animals die in the process of, you know, churning up fields and stuff for veg.
No, yeah, true.
And it's kind of, I think it's better. I think if you are vegan and you are vegetarian, you are technically a more moral and better person than me. But I
mean, I think I am anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because I'm like, I do yoga and stuff now. So.
Exactly.
And I'm trained to be a yoga teacher, so I'm like better than everyone.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I managed to do eagle pose.
Yes, amazing.
Which looks nothing like an eagle. It looks more
really
like
doesn't.
a snake fucking itself.
Yeah.
Really.
I love, my favourites are like half Lord of the Fishes. You're like, that did not transfer well over from Sanskrit.
No. Well, it's weird because there's a lot of like movement stuff that comes from that sort of area. It's South India, isn't it, originally? Because like if you look at the past of jiu-jitsu, that all comes from wrestling, which comes from that area. Pole dancing is a wrestling strength technique used by Indian wrestlers who you know climb up poles and wiggle their bums to
entice a mate.
to get core strength and to
they've
build
got like
up
Chinese pole
wrestling.
dancing that's been like around for millennia.
Yeah, well, it's come from South India.
Yeah.
So it's all sort of emanated and gone through into Japan and just gone up like.
So we added really high heels to it, and it's awesome.
Exactly.
It's very empowering.
No, it's very sexy. I saw there was a video going around shared, and there's of women doing that in the water.
Pole dancing?
Yeah, so you've got like you do
Pretty
swimming
sure that's
stuff.
just like fancy swimming, isn't it?
Well, it's weird because I suppose it takes some of the weight off, so you
like
can do more.
a lot of the weight off.
Exactly, but
it's like synchronised swimming, but with a pole.
I know, and you'd have to use a lot of dry hands to try and grip that thing after you're wet.
Yeah, I might have to see it. It sounds weird.
It looked weird.
I mean, vegetarianism is a massive part of, like the whole ethos behind yoga, as well as kind of a lot of kind of that sort of business.
Buddhism.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I was on the phone to my mum the other day, and in the past couple of months, because yoga's pretty much saved my life, like just with all the pain and all the stuff that's been going on and everything, like trying to kill me from the inside, and like just kill my spirit and everything.
You've got this thing that you can focus on and get good at.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's like, because I've been working so hard on giving that time to everyone else so that they've got that 1 hour where they feel good, and I wasn't doing it for myself. And I realised the importance of it for them, and I was like, oh, I should probably do that. So just that 1 hour a day, and even one day I missed it and I just went in the gym, put my mat down, did my whole yoga floor, my eyes closed with my headphones in, the whole thing, and I felt so amazing afterwards. And it's just really kind of rounded out my whole like personality, I think, and just brought out all of the more positive things that I have. So I find it quite easy to let things go, even more than usual. And my mum was just like, I was talking to her on the phone, and she's like, well, you sound very religious. I was like, spiritual mum. I'm like, I look inside myself now. I'm at one with myself. And I always thought it was absolute bollocks, to be honest. Beforehand, I was like, all right, yeah, that's sort of nonsense. But after doing it, afterwards, I honestly feel like maybe I've taken drugs.
Yeah. There's a weird thing about... I find, English people in particular, of all of them, because Americans just fall for it.
Yeah.
But there's something about English people that just goes, feelings aren't real.
Yeah, exactly. Especially northern people.
I think some people are as guilty. But there is this sort of thing of going, your internal imagination and your internal... the stuff that happens to you has no effect if you don't want it to, just be rational. And it really does, because we are built like little chimps.
Yeah.
And we take things to heart, and we try and build things that happen to us, we try and build stories around it. And anything that you can do to sort of slow everything down and allow yourself to process just your life is going to actually make you more efficient. So if you're stressed out all the time and you are running around and you're going, I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, and you and you haven't got sort of a moment to reflect or pause, you're just going to just get really, 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 really stressed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a stressed person, but I just found I was getting, like, not even tired, just exhausted. Like, no matter how much sleep I had, I was just mentally exhausted. But after doing the yoga, I do hot yoga, so obviously it can't just be normal. I have to do that in 42 degrees. Oh, excellent. God.
That's meant to be horrific, isn't it? Is that
no, I love it.
Or is it?
It's a hatha yoga that I do. But they do a restorative yoga, which I'm going to do the Sunday following after my operation, if I'm well enough.
Okay, so that is 2 days after your operation?
No.
Okay, good.
A week and 1 day.
Good.
Yeah. A week and 1 day. So restorative is specifically for recovery from operations and things like that. And because I've just done pre and postnatal, I'm basically just going to treat myself as a third trimester pregnant person and be like, no, nothing on the belly, no twists.
Yeah.
So I know how to, like, put the poses in for a pregnant person, which would basically be me.
You are pregnant with stitches.
Yeah, exactly. Pregnant with stitches. So I'm going to give that a go. I'm not obviously going to train for, like, 4 weeks. I know my gains are going to drop off.
They're not going to
drop off.
They're not going to drop off. Particularly if you get enough protein in, so get some protein in, they won't disappear. And if the beautiful thing is, like this, I mean, this is the trick that a lot of all those pictures you see of people, who do these amazing body transformations, it's usually because they've been unwell,
definitely,
and they're previously very unfit, and then they just go, look what I did in 6 weeks, and they've just built up an entire physique, because your body remembers that you've got muscles there.
Yeah, muscle memory.
So you're going to have some amazing before shots and after shots.
Yeah. Well, I've got quite a lot of muscle anyway, so I can actually afford to lose a little bit, because getting into yoga poses is a little bit tough, because
your muscles
the arms in eagle pose, my biceps are in the way.
And then, your other assets are in the way
exactly.
for eagle pose. And then, I watched you try and demonstrate it. It's like, that's not going to happen.
No, I have to have them, like, up and over. And then same with the legs in eagle pose. My thighs are a little bit too big. So I think I've had, like, massive revelations since doing yoga as well. Whereas before I was like, I must strength train all of the time, get strong, and then more strong, and then stronger. And now I'm like, who am I competing with? Like, seriously, who do I have to be stronger than? Probably not going to have to arm wrestle bears. So
possibly not.
Yeah, so what even am I doing that for?
Of all the people I know, Kelly, who are likely to ever arm wrestle a bear,
that's true.
You are quite high up on the list.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe maybe Paddington. Could probably take Paddington.
Yeah, but he's vegetarian, isn't he? Marmalade sandwiches.
Yeah, he has no protein in. He's well weak. I could definitely have him.
Yeah, but, easy.
Like, I've now come to the conclusion, because I was always fighting, like, with really tight back muscles as well. And then since I've had the enforced time off, I'm not allowed to do squats, not allowed to do deadlift, like proper deadlifts. Like, surprisingly, those muscles have loosened off a bit. Because I've reduced my lifting from 6 days a week to, like, 3.5 maybe.
Which is still more than, most people do.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what people recommend for, going to the gym, and it's usually sort of 3 times a week for an hour.
Yeah. I mean, if you can train as much as you like, if it makes you happy. But I was doing heavy lifting 6 days a week. And now I'm doing yoga 5 days a week and lifting 3 days a week. And the balance just seems to suit me a lot better.
Do you still have the one day where you do nothing? Or have you put yoga in there? What have you done?
No, I have one day where I do nothing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I just noticed, because obviously I did my jiu-jitsu grading, and it was a case of those previous 2 weeks I exercised twice.
Yeah.
Because I was doing stretching. I wouldn't call it yoga because, I was doing yoga moves in my own special way.
Which is yoga, to be honest. Yoga. It's like, you do it your own way, it's fine.
So I was doing that, and I was doing lots of walking and just sort of very low cardio, and not doing my interval training, not doing 2 sessions of jitsu in that 2 weeks. So 4 hours exercise plus walking about a bit. And then did 4 hours fucking grading with 4 minutes off the mat. Anyway, not that I'm bitter, that was quite intense.
I know, that was a big day for you.
Oh my god.
But you did get your belt, so...
I did get my belt. I am a purple belt, which is... Because in the region, we've got 1 female black belt, 1 female brown belt, 1 female dark blue, and then purple belts, 3 purple belts.
Amazing.
So that's it in terms. So I'm quite high up the female ranks now.
Yay. Well done.
Even though we've got thousands of brown belt males and black belt males, but yeah. It's but those 2 weeks, I just went, oh, I appear to have grown muscles in my arms. They look different. And I think it was partly because I was getting a nice bit of fat on them, so they actually looked a bit fuller. More. Yeah. And then partly was, oh, things have stopped aching that were causing me a lot of pain.
And I was thinking, well...
Sleeping is actually exercise, that's wrong.
Things like still grow. Obviously, there is that thing of overtraining. And even though I'm very careful with my training, I think for me, especially with the scoliosis and the fibromyalgia, definitely hadn't factored in how rough it was on my body. Plus the fact that I can't really forget that I'm going to be 37 in January, so I'm not 20. But I guess this has forced me to listen to my body a little bit, and then doing the yoga has kind of helped massively with pains and stuff as well. So. My lower back's easing off.
My mum's just addicted to yoga.
Yeah.
She does Pilates and yoga, and she goes off to India and goes off to Spain and just stretches.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know where my mum goes. It's apparently really good. But I had what put me off yoga because my mum was like, you should do some exercise, come to yoga with me. And it was me this was when I was about 22, and a load of women in their late 40s, 50s, and a few in their 60s, and Barry, who was a man probably in his 60s.
Was he topless?
He wasn't topless, but he may as well be because it was a very skimpy top.
Yeah, I don't understand that with guys in yoga, to be honest.
Because they get hot.
It's not even that, well, it's 42 degrees in the one I do, but we've all got tops on.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Well, it's as well, I think it's just dangerous for the slippage. If you're sweating on the floor, you're going to...
Yeah, you get that obviously you get that in hot yoga. So it does get harder towards the end to be able to hold your poses. But
then you've got that thing of going, well, at least my muscles aren't cold. And
yeah, exactly. Your muscles warm up really quickly. Plus, you're kind of sweating out all your toxins through your face. And I got a chance to test out my Singapore makeup today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's going to be really hot there, and obviously it's really hot in yoga.
It's mentally hot in Singapore.
Yeah,
it is like walking behind a hairdryer.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I'll put the makeup on that I would wear. Then I used this new Kat Von D setting spray to test it out. Totally lasted the whole time, even when I sweated all over it.
Wow.
I know. So that was handy.
You should.
That was handy yoga. Thanks.
Yeah, you should share those in the Facebook group.
Yeah, true.
For people who are. I'm just so awful at makeup. I've had a black eye all week because of the jitsu, and I have just gone, no, I'll just leave it, it's fine. And then people stare at me like an idiot.
But then if people cover it up, it just tends to look worse, I think. Because unless, I was a professional makeup artist for 7 years, so I worked for MAC and London Fashion Week and everything. And unless you know how to colour correct, and you just put concealer on it, It's going to look way worse.
Yeah.
Like, you might as well just
So
leave
it's,
it.
well, you know, so if it's green, you put red on it, and if
If red, you put green on it.
yeah, if it's red, you put green on it, and if it's like dark circles, you're meant to put orange and stuff.
Peachy colours on it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, if you whack a load of green on your face and you don't know how to blend properly and you just look like you've got green on your face.
Yeah, you just basically look angry.
Yeah, like proper Hulk.
Yeah, proper Hulk. That's the idea.
So, we're going to talk about, like, how to deal with Christmas, weren't we?
We were, and what to do.
So yoga helps with Christmas.
I think yoga mats in general. I've got a bit of a sort of, upended Christmas. Well, but mainly because half my family's Muslim, so it's like Christmas doesn't really matter. Yeah, my dad's sort of side are all... He's teetotal, so not technically Muslim, but may as well be. And my stepsisters and brothers...
Teetotal's not a religion.
It's kind of a religion.
They do like to tell you about it.
Yeah.
So
well, no, he doesn't actually, because he's allergic.
Ah?
So he's...
Oh my god.
No, he's allergic to chocolate and alcohol.
I don't...
And he's had his gallbladder out.
Wow. That's tough.
Exactly. Well, what he finds is he can eat a little bit of chocolate and it's fine, he just can't eat a lot.
Okay.
So he can have like a square of dark chocolate, he'll be fine. Square and a half, he'll be in bed all day the next day.
Wow.
So, yeah. He's a very sensitive soul.
Yeah.
But it's the same with... And it's kind of like me with beer. I can't take beer anymore.
That's all right, beer. It smells of old pubs.
It smells of coins.
Yeah.
It's like drinking coin juice.
I've been in pubs like my whole life. My granddad was a patron of a working men's club. So there were only men's in there. Men's. And women weren't allowed to go to the bar. We had to stay in the lounge area away from the sensitive eyes of men. And if we wanted a drink, we had to go to a side hatch of the bar to order a drink in case the men saw us and became aroused.
Any pause for the lepers.
Yeah. Men could not see you in case they accidentally became aroused.
Yeah.
So I just don't like the smell of like beer and lager. It just reminds me of them soggy like beer mats and being like segregated in a room on a dusty old like room.
I quite like beer in terms of I enjoy the different sort of state. I just can't drink it without getting very drunk. Like 2 pints and I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And 2.5 pints and I'm like I get hangovers.
Ew.
So it's just and I think it's to do with the fact that I'm quite light for my height, so I don't have much water in me to dilute it. Mm-hmm. But it's also that I'm a lightweight.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that side of the family, obviously teetotal, don't eat pig, that sort of thing. So I don't, and we don't really do Christmas, but occasionally, like we won't do Christmas, and then one person will get somebody else a present, and then oh no,
why did you do this?
Yes. So it's a bit like that. And the other side of the family are all alcoholics, and it's fine. So it's
so that's a good swings and roundabouts.
I know, I had a very schizophrenic childhood. It's just like one house is like this, the other house is like this.
We don't talk about either of the houses.
Exactly.
It sounds like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no, it's
the House of Lawrence.
Exactly. It's a bit weird, but yeah. So Christmas for me is all about. So I'm going to have 3 Christmases.
All
Christmas
right,
Eve is going to be here with my Muslim family.
That's a very like Nordic way of doing things. They do everything on Christmas Eve, so they can so they can have like hangovers the next day.
So Christmas Eve, have them all here. Christmas Day will just be me and my fella in the house with the cats, having party times.
Are you going to put hats on them?
Cats
in hats?
Yes, I've got a picture of Susan in her Santa hat. She's
Excellent.
So annoyed.
Good.
And then I've got, on Boxing Day, I'll be going to see Mum and that side of the family, but driving back again, so it's a case of no alcohol that day. So I'll drink on Christmas Day, but not on Christmas Eve or on Boxing Day. And then next day, go to London and see friends, I think.
Well, I will still be in major recovery, so I've bought some Prosecco flavoured tea bags from Aldi.
Oh no! I could just see it's like what about little
Timmy? Yeah, little Tim. So basically,
Prosecco tea bags. That's sad.
I can't have anything that's roasted. I can't have anything that's got cream. Anything that's got any taste in it.
Yeah, no taste.
No taste. But I have found like Lidl, favourite shop at the minute because they do really good veg. I've got protein bars at like 40p. I've talked about them before, the hike ones, like 10 grams of protein. They have Christmas pudding ones, which I have tried, and they taste delicious, like Christmas pudding. I'm thinking one of them, some low-fat custard, job's a good one. I haven't got a microwave, so I'm going to have to put it in the oven. Put my little, protein bar in the oven, some low-fat custard on.
Put it under the grill.
Crazy times.
Oh, gosh, that's so, yeah.
But we're going for Christmas dinner. £75 a head it is. I'm basically paying £75 for some sprouts and some turkey. Because the starters are all, like, potato croquettes, are, like, brie in breaded stuff, and then Christmas pudding and cheese and stuff. I'm like, oh, good, I'll just have that turkey and some sprouts then, yeah. There's almost £75. Brilliant.
That sucks.
Yeah, but spirit of Christmas and everything.
Christmas,
It'll be paying to see everybody.
Yeah, that's... So are you going out to restaurants? Is that your sort of thing?
No, it's like, this will be my first, like, Christmas with a lot of people for a while.
Cool.
Last Christmas I went to an Indian. It's a bit weird.
That's a bit odd.
Yeah. But surviving over the Christmas period, I would say, if you want to go to the gym on Christmas, even on Christmas Day, go to the gym. Like, if you find it relaxes you, it makes you happy, don't let anyone else judge you. There are some gyms that are open. If you want to go, go.
Also, you got to test out that yoga mat somewhere.
Exactly.
And there's nothing better than doing yoga in your new slippers, on your new yoga mats, whilst drunk and full of potato.
That is not my recommendation.
No, okay.
Definitely not to be full of potatoes.
No.
Because you'd probably just be sick.
No,
down with dog, potato sick.
Oh,
exactly.
Oh,
and then you'd probably chaturanga face into it. That'd be bad. Nobody wants it. That's not how
chaturanga does sound a lot worse than it is.
Yeah.
I did a little chaturanga today.
Yeah, chaturanga all over the place.
Oh no, it's a good thing. It makes me feel so strong because I still struggle with press ups, but chaturanga I can do.
Yeah, I love chaturanga. It's good. But then, like, I took my yoga mat into the gym, just put my headphones on, closed my eyes, did the whole thing. So it's nice. Just if you want to go to the gym or you want to work out, it relaxes you. Or if you are one of these people who will genuinely feel guilty having food over Christmas, and I have a big shout out to all those people coming from a past eating disorder. Christmas is hard.
Yeah.
Like, it was so hard for people like that. Because you're surrounded by food. You usually at a table with people watching you. It would be very obvious if you didn't eat. So then you force yourself to eat. And then it's
you feel like shit all the time for it.
Yeah. So you either feel like crap or then you're going through it all up and then you feel crap anyway. So I've fought quite a lot of Christmases like that. And I still get it now where it kind of sparks like old feelings, definitely. And sitting and having to eat publicly like is quite a difficult thing. But the weird thing is, if I go out, sometimes if you're out for a meal with some people, it doesn't give you the same feelings. But I think it's because it's Christmas, it's like more to do with your family. So I think it must be a little bit, my thinking behind it is probably because your family are there and you will always feel like a kid when your family are there. So
and it's not necessarily a good happy thing.
No, exactly. And you might just be feeling like you need control. So I think it probably comes from there. So Christmas can be really hard. So if you feel like to get yourself through that day, you need to go and like have a chill out and do a little bit of workout, or you need to go for a run, or do whatever you need to do to be strong through that meal and not feel like that food is your enemy or anything like that, and just try and just relax and enjoy it. Do what you have to do. Like, no one's judging you.
Yeah, I mean, also, and it really does obviously depend on your family, but be open about it if you can.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't do that if they're just going to go, they're stupid.
Yeah.
No. But
unfortunately, that
if you've got if you've got a sister or you've got a mum or you've got somebody who understands, just be open and say, this is a tough time for me.
If you've come to terms with your eating disorder, you can do that. Yeah. But if you're still fighting with it and you haven't
that's true.
I don't want to use the word come out, but it's technically that.
But I would also add, if you are struggling at family meal time and you know that, for example, you might not have an eating disorder, but you might be somebody who's controlling their weight, you might be overweight, you might be obese, and you might be going, saying no is fine.
Yeah.
If you get pressured, literally just say, I'm doing a thing where I'm allergic to this, or this gives me a migraine, or this. There are plenty of excuses which you can give to somebody that they will understand and go, that will make me projectile vomit into your lap. Do you want me to?
The thing is, people don't understand a diet. Like, if I said to someone I was dieting, they would obviously turn around and go,
you don't need to
diet. And you're like, Dieting doesn't mean that I'm trying to lose weight. It might, like, at the minute, it means I'm controlling my fat.
Yeah.
I am unfortunately losing weight at the minute, but that's because I can't keep anything down. But it doesn't mean that I'm particularly dieting. So I might turn things away. But if you turn around to someone and say diet, then that might provoke. It's quite an ugly word, which is weird.
It's something that people take very personally.
Yeah.
So they sort of think, well, if you're dieting and you're smaller than me, then I need to diet, and that's what you must be judging me.
Yeah,
is
I
what
think
they
that
immediately think.
must be why they kind of get their backs up, and then they get people get really aggressive when you say you're going to be like you're dieting.
Yeah.
Like people are like, why? You don't need to diet. What are you dieting for? Don't be stupid.
Exactly.
And they're like, well, one, it's none of your business.
But people see it. They take body image is such a big issue in our society. It's so stupid, and people take what you're doing as, you know, if it's different to what they're doing, they'll say that's a slight against me. I know perfectly happy meat eaters who've never been pressured by a vegan.
No.
Just go, I hate vegans. It's like they're not attacking you.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just choosing to eat this way because it makes them feel good.
Yeah.
Just leave them alone.
Like, I don't understand it myself, but I've seen and had it done to me before. When and obviously you've had it done to you when people are like, you should eat more, and you're like, do you even know how much I eat, mate?
Yeah.
Like, how dare you?
I eat a lot.
Yeah. So instead of using the word diet, if you really want to avoid controversy over the dinner table, exactly what you said. Like, say you're allergic, or you're doing like a test to see because you've been having bloating and being sick, and
or literally just say, I'm feeling really ill today.
Yeah.
Don't come. You know, it's also a great excuse not to have to kiss your auntie. But
that is a good point.
But it is that case of I'm just gonna, you know, I'll help out. I'll wash my hands a lot. The food will be fine, but I'm just not going to eat very much because X, Y, Z. And you don't have to. And just also say, you know, that you want everybody to have a good time, and the food looks amazing, and what you've had of it tastes amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, you don't have to finish everything on your plate either.
No.
Like, it took me a really long time to get to the point where I could just go, no. And because sometimes I don't eat very much at all, especially when I was first getting over my eating disorder, I would have so many waiters, like, at the end go, oh, I'm so sorry, was that okay? And I'd be like, yep, just ate enough of it, thank you very much, it was really nice. And I had to do that so much. Because obviously if you're in a restaurant and you only eat like maybe like...
They take it as a comment.
A quarter of a plate or half a plate. They take it as like, you did not like that. So it is just like being a little bit strong and knowing that you don't have to finish everything on your plate if it makes you feel too full, or you know you're not going to be able to manage it.
I mean,
or do your own plate.
I mean, also, you know, like I say, if you have got somebody you can talk to about it, just say, look, this is the thing. I either have a miserable Christmas and I bring everybody down with me because people notice, or you leave me alone, let me eat what I want to eat, and I will have such a good Christmas and I'll really enjoy it, and I'll be there with you in the family.
Yeah, exactly.
And I swear that, you know, I have family members who have suffered with eating disorders and that sort of thing, and I do not mind if I sit there eating lunch and they're having a coffee, fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like I would rather spend time with this person on a level than go...
Make them feel so uncomfortable.
Eat some butter!
Yeah, and if you are one of those people who does get offended if other people don't eat all their food, maybe like have a word with yourself and think, why am I doing that?
Yeah, and like, I think it's
really not nice.
Well, it's not nice, but it's understandable because, you know, particularly, you know, if you see very...
I mean, I know it might come from a caring place.
It can come from a caring place, but it also comes from a place that is... Yeah, it can come from a place that is insecure.
Yeah.
And if you are overweight, that is, you know, and you are happy, be happy. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
And if you're not happy with that, then that's fine, but don't take it out on somebody who is, you know, trying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and, you know, because there are a lot of, you know, people who, you know, want to start January early.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, may I add, one very good thing that you should get is an ancient Egyptian scarab beetle, because it's meant to be a very good way of like reliving and rebirthing.
Do you know, I think I've got one.
Yeah, it's good. It's the sun cult, and it's meant to be a very spiritual thing.
I have it. No, I've got a jewelled beetle. I might have a scarab beetle. I've got a jewelled scarab.
Nice.
It's blue.
Well, there we go. That will help New Year's resolutions, because it's all about sticking to things and recycling and the good coming from the bad and the...
Yeah, but I'm teaching Hatha Yoga, which is like sun and moon.
There we go. Well, it is sun.
I think technically.
Scarab beetle is definitely sun.
Yeah, so I just need a moon to balance out.
Well, I suppose. But, the beetle is when the sun's in the earth. So.
Oh, that's cool. So, yeah, everyone, get a scarab beetle.
Exactly. Scarab beetle's where it's at. I only say that because I'm editing
I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying the podcast.
Yay!
Not
good.
the podcast, the what they're called.
Member casts or the
yeah.
There's little videos.
Oh my god, advent calendars.
Yes.
I'm only sad because I haven't even got one, so I'm just using yours as my advent calendar.
Well, there we go.
It's way more satisfying than chocolate.
Exactly. That is what.
Izzy, more satisfying than chocolate.
Wow. I'll put that on a poster. Right. You've got to go and train some people.
I do have to go and train 2 people, and then I've got to go home just try and stop my dog eating anything that's made of leather.
I'm deciding whether I'm going to go to Jiu-Jitsu tonight or not. I think I'm possibly not, what with emotional things happening in my life.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we will. Anyway.
High vibes. Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
So, yes, send us your questions on the Facebook group. Get in touch with us. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Happy Christmas,
and
guys.
Everybody send good vibes to Kelly, who is going to have her belly button penetrated.
Oh my god. Yeah.
In a very freaky way.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, but before you go, please spread the word about the podcast. Write us a review on iTunes, and we want your feedback. Go to womensfitnesspodcast.com or email womensfitnesspodcast@gmail.com. You can support us financially on Patreon, and also you can follow us. You can find Kelly Bakewell PT on Facebook and Instagram as @KellyBakewellPT, and you can find Izzy, that's me, on Instagram and Twitter as @Izzy_Lawrence, that is IZI_LAWRENCE. Music by Boothby Grapho, available on bandcamp.com. We'll see you next week. High five on the internet.